going on? What we're doing today, we're working on a tailgate of a 2006 Ford truck. Now, the owner had the tailgate down, okay, and what happened is he backed into something in this area here, okay? You can see right in here where I did body work, okay, and I feel that it's a little bit high, so I'll go ahead and knock that down, but we're not really talking about that today. We're not here about that. What we are here about, though, is the tool that I'm using, okay? The tool that I am using is called an air file. Now, that's a mini air file, okay, because it's actually half the size, okay, it's half the size of a full-size air file. Do you see what I'm saying? Let's go over the air file, let's see what the air file does, and let's see how to use the air file the proper way.
Welcome to D.I.Y. Automotive School with my friend Pete and Minnie, the body shop girl. It's everything you need to know about cars and more.
Okay, if you're going to do body work of any kind, that means hobbyist or amateur / professional, okay, you're going to want to own these two tools right here. Now what these are called air files. Pneumatic air files. That means that they run off air, okay, if you look right here, and 90 psi or above is what it takes to run these. The most common air file that you're going to use is going to be the larger of the two, okay? This is the one that will be used the most. This is the one that you will learn on, okay? A lot of people don't even use the smaller version, the half pint, the mini, whatever you want to call it, okay? Most people prefer just to use this one air file. Now I want to show you that the full-size air file is going to measure out to be 16.5 inches, okay? That means that the smaller one is going to be 8.25 to 8.5, all right? What kind of paper do we use with the air file, Pete? The paper that you're going to use is called air file sanding paper. This is 36 grit. This is the paper that you're going to use the most on your air file, because what an air file is for, okay, an air file is to break down the bodywork, the bondo, okay? This is a file that's going to iron it out for you, that's going to smooth it out, and that's going to make everything, you know, work the way that you want to work it, and make that surface the way that it should be. So the way that you go ahead and install the paper on this is you go ahead, this is a stick-on paper, okay? It's a stick-on type of paper. You're going to peel the backing of the paper off, and then you're going to stick it right to the pad, okay? It's very important that you always keep your pad nice and clean, okay? So the pad will stick and stay. Do you see what I'm saying? One more thing about air files, it's a good idea to go ahead and oil them daily. When I say oil them, I don't mean squirt a lot of oil in them. 2 or 3 drops right here in the inlet, the air inlet, is all you're going to need for your air file to work properly. Now this little air file right here, this is a finish air file, okay? And this is half the size. Do you see what I'm saying? If you look at it, you can see that we got the standard size and the half size here, all right? And they both basically do the same thing. I like to use the small air file when I'm doing collision repair and I'm in a tight, compact area that's got like handles or lights or emblems. Okay, the small one is very, very handy to use. The big one is good for big jobs, okay? This is a very high RPM air file that I use, okay? And it's very, very strong. It's also loud, okay? That's another thing that you want to watch when you buy your air file. Okay, you want to make sure that you get a high quality air file, not some cheesy ass air file over at the local hardware store, because you get what you pay for when it comes to the air file situation. Let's go ahead and take our full-size air file. We're going to go over there. I want to show you how easy and simple it is to use the air file. One important thing that I want to explain to you that's very important, if your air file is not touching a surface, do not pull the trigger. A lot of guys, they'll pull the trigger on it, you know, go rah, 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 rah. Okay, and that's not doing anything. Okay, What will happen though when you do that is this is a gear operated machine, okay? And the gears can actually come off track and lock up on you, and then you're screwed in the ass. So this type of tool, for the money that you pay for it, it's not wise to play around with it. In this area right here, you see that I got Bondo from one end to the other, okay? Now, this had a bunch of multiple dents all the way down this area, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our air file and we're going to go down, up and down this area to go ahead and clean this surface up and level our Bondo out where we want it. Always make sure to wear proper safety equipment such as eye protection and respirator. Okay, this is a special dust mask that is designed specifically for doing this type of body work. It's very important to use one of these, okay? You'll thank me in years to come down the road for telling you to use your fucking dust mask. Okay, if you look in this area right here, you can see where I air filed it, okay? I went ahead and used my 36 grit sandpaper. I used my 16-inch air file, my full-size air file. And when I used that, I didn't just sit here like this and go back and forth. I was also going this way here. Do you see what I'm saying? Back and forth this way, crisscross. So I was going horizontal and then I was going vertical at the same time. I was even bringing it at an angle like this and over it this way just a little bit. The reason for that is because you're moving it around and you're keeping it in the area where you can flatten everything else and get everything level. If we look in this area right here, you can see that's a little bit darker than the rest of the Bondo, okay? And why that is because that is actually a low spot. It's also the same right in this area here. And then as we keep going down, we keep moving, we see that there's a low spot in this area too, okay? And here's one more right here, and then a small dip, and I can feel that right there. So that's basically our filler coat, and what we've done is we've taken our air file, okay, we've taken our air file, and we've literally ironed our Bondo or body filler, whatever you want to call it, we've ironed it down. At this time, I want to demonstrate the use of the mini air file, the little small air file, which is half the size. Once again, I'm going to go ahead and use 36 grit. This is a filler area here. There was a small dent in it. I filled it up, and then I built the Bondo up very heavy because what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get this with just one coat of Bondo. So we're going to take our mini air file and we're going to go ahead and iron it down. That's what I look at this job as an iron, okay, that I'm ironing it out. Here we go. And there you go, okay? So, we got two air files. We got two tools that are very important in this type of work, okay? We got the mini air file, which is very, very handy for small, compact dents. And then, of course, we got the full-size air file, which is good for overall everything. So, depending on the job that you're going to do, that's the tool that you're going to use. Practice makes perfect. These are the best tools that you're going to use. This is where your money's going to be spent to make the money. Okay, these are a very good investment. So don't cheesecake it out and get the cheap tools. Try to get the best for your money so you can make money. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete, showing you how to do it right.
Thanks for watching D.I.Y. Automotive School. Classes don't stop till you know everything.